The Congressional Black Caucus is incensed that some would choose to politicize the proposed extension of unemployment benefits. As the conscience of the Congress, the CBC will spend this special order hour reminding them of the Americans they seem to have forgotten. I will also be joined by a diverse cross-section of members from a variety of caucuses, all urging the Senate to act now. Madam Speaker, I would yield to my friend and colleague from the state of Ohio, Ms. Kaptur.
I want to thank Congresswoman Fudge for taking leadership on this very, very important special order this evening on the subject of unemployment and the extension of unemployment benefits during this critical moment for our country. I just got back to Washington after spending the weekend in my district, and I'm telling you that is the issue. People come up to you, whether you're in a parking lot just leaving a food store, whether you're in a religious institution on Sunday. People are asking, what's wrong with Congress? I said, it isn't the House, it's the other body that hasn't passed the extension of unemployment benefits. And I want to commend the Black Caucus for bringing this forward this evening. By the end of this week, nearly 2.5 million Americans will have lost their unemployment benefits because our colleagues over on the other side of the Capitol chose to politicize with unemployed workers trying to make some kind of political statement over there rather than extending benefits for people who earn them. You would think that work as a value would be undergirded by those that serve us at this level in our country. And I think they really undermine the value of work itself by not allowing people who have earned those benefits as a result of going to work every day to then, when times get hard, reap some of the benefits that they in fact have earned. Just in Ohio, Congresswoman Fudge and I know that 112,000 Ohioans will lose their unemployment benefits as we wait for the Senate to act. And on July 12th, the Toledo Blade ran the following letter to the editor, which I will summarize. And it says, cutting off jobless was active cruelty. And this writer, Darlene, states, I do not want to add to the federal deficit. However, not to extend unemployment benefits to workers who have lost their jobs, most through no fault of their own, is cruel. She's right. These former workers may lose their homes, she says, adding to the foreclosure dilemma. She's right. They paid taxes into the system for years. She's right. And now the government says they've used up their benefits. I wonder when the government will tell third and fourth generation welfare recipients that they've used up their benefits. And she was rather strident in her comments there, but she's asking, what about people who have been employed? Worse, a week before that, the Toledo Blade read an article titled, Toledoans Battle to Survive as Aid for Unemployed Vanishes. Area agencies get more requests for help. I know I met with the head of Jobs and Family Services in Lucas County, and they said that immediately they expect an influx of 3,000 individuals that represented 3,000 families. You know how many people? You're talking about over 10,000 people just for the first influx of those who had fallen off their benefits. And the article talked about Anita Fitch, a 42-year-old single mother who had gotten 2 extensions on her unemployment benefits, but now she's on her own. And Anita stated the unemployment money was not paying the bills, and I went to get food stamps because I have 2 kids in the house and everything is backing up, the food bill, the electric bill, and now I'm trying to find a job, but there just aren't any jobs out there. So Anita's problem is like that of many Americans. We need to stop being partisan over there in the Senate and work together to support those who've lost their jobs while joining together to create jobs and stabilize our housing market. I wanted to say to Congresswoman Fudge that I have other examples I could give, but I don't want to not allow other members who have come this evening to also state their piece. And we know that we need to make things in America again, and Ms. Fitch was among those in our district who had a well-paying factory job polishing automotive parts, a solid job that provided for her family, the kind of jobs that we need here in our country. We need less outsourcing. We need fewer bank bailouts, in fact, no bank bailouts, while we work to create jobs and to sustain our unemployed citizens. So I've voted to continue to extend unemployment benefits, and I think the important voices that we will add to the record tonight include those individuals from our district who have been contacting us, pleading with Congress to give them the benefits that they have earned. And it would, if we had enough jobs in our country, people wouldn't be asking. This is a time when we need a little extra cushion inside this economy to help people transition as we begin producing more and more jobs per month. And we had to dig ourselves out of that huge hole that the last president left this president. And I think that we've helped to turn the corner now, but we have millions of Americans who simply have not been able to find their footing in this economy. One gentleman that wrote has sent out 400 resumes and applied for over 400 jobs in 10 states and has only gotten 3 interviews in 9 months and 0 job offers. And he says it's aggravating that the people who caused this mess are still making several-figure incomes, and the average Joe is suffering. Who knows what is going to happen after August when this gentleman's unemployment benefits run out. So, Congresswoman Fudge, I want to thank you very much for holding this special order tonight to encourage our Senate colleagues to put partisanship and politics aside and to act to help those who need these unemployment benefits to put food on the table for their families. They're really not asking for very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend. I just want to say that the gentlelady from Ohio, Ms. Kaptur, has always been a voice for not just Ohioans, but for all people in need, and I thank you very much for your work.